He held the cash right in front of her face, and then he lit it on fire. Every single dollar she had worked for, gone, turned to ash, while he laughed, and nobody in that parking lot said a single word. Hey everyone, I'm Faith, and today I want to tell you the story of Madison Carter, a 20-year-old girl who showed up to work every single day with a smile on her face, even when life gave her every reason not to. This is a story about humiliation, about silence, and about the moment one man in uniform decided that enough was enough. Before we go any further, if stories like this move you, hit that like button right now and subscribe so you never miss one. And I want to ask you something in the comments. Have you ever been humiliated in front of others and stayed silent? Tell me below, because Madison's answer to that question will surprise you. Madison Carter was not the kind of girl who complained. She grew up in a small town outside of Columbus, Ohio, raised by a single mother who worked double shifts at a diner just to keep the lights on. From the time she was 15, Madison worked too. Babysitting, grocery bagging, lawn mowing, whatever it took. So when she landed a job at Hale Industries, a mid-sized construction supply company owned by the very wealthy Richard Hale, she thought she had finally caught a real break. The pay was decent, the hours were manageable, and she told her mom that maybe, just maybe, things were finally turning around. But Richard Hale was not the kind of man who treated people like people. He treated them like furniture, useful when he needed them, invisible the rest of the time. Madison had watched him belittle coworkers before. She had seen him make grown men shrink just by raising his voice. But she kept her head down, did her job well, and told herself it would never come to her. She was wrong. It was a Friday afternoon in late September. Payday. Madison had stayed 2 hours late every single day that week to finish a project Richard had dumped on her at the last minute. No thank you, no overtime approval, just an expectation that she would get it done. And she did. So when she walked out to the parking lot that afternoon with her paycheck in hand, she felt proud. She had earned every cent of it. That's when Richard Hale pulled up in his black Mercedes, window down, smirking like he already knew something she didn't. He called her over. She walked up, confused. And then he reached out, snatched the envelope right from her hand, and tore it open. He looked at the check, looked at her, and pulled a lighter from his jacket pocket. Madison stood frozen as the flame touched the corner of the paper. She watched her entire week of work curl and blacken and disappear into the air. And the whole time, Richard Hale never stopped smiling. Now here is where the story takes a turn nobody saw coming. Parked just across the street was a dark green truck. Inside sat a man in full military uniform, AOR-1 Desert Digital Camouflage, coyote brown plate carrier, American flag patch on his left shoulder. His name was Nathan Cross. He was a United States Navy SEAL, home on a short leave, picking up supplies from a hardware store nearby. And sitting in the passenger seat, ears already up, was Diesel, his German Shepherd canine partner. Diesel had served 3 tours alongside Nathan. That dog could read a room the way most people couldn't read a book. Nathan had seen the whole thing from across the street. He sat still for exactly 4 seconds. Then, he opened the door. He walked across that parking lot with the kind of calm that made people nervous. Diesel stayed right at his heel, not pulling, not barking, just watching. Richard Hale saw them coming, and for the first time that afternoon, the smirk faded just a little. Nathan stopped 2 feet away. He didn't yell, he didn't threaten. He just looked at Richard Hale with steady eyes and said, "Pick up the ashes." Richard laughed it off. "Excuse me? Do you know who I am?" Nathan didn't blink. "I know exactly what you are. Now pick them up." Diesel sat down beside Nathan's boot and stared at Richard without making a single sound. And somehow, that silence was louder than anything else in that parking lot. Richard Hale did not pick up the ashes, but he did get back in his Mercedes and drive away without another word. And the moment he was gone, Nathan turned to Madison. He reached into his wallet, pulled out a folded stack of bills, and held it out to her. She shook her head immediately, eyes already filling up. He pressed it into her hand anyway and said, "You earned a paycheck this week. Don't let anyone take that from you." Madison stood there holding the money, unable to speak. Diesel walked forward slowly and pressed his big head against her leg. Just like that, quiet and steady and warm, right there in the parking lot. Not from sadness, from something she hadn't felt in a long time. The feeling that someone saw her, that what happened to her actually mattered. Madison quit that job the following Monday. She used the money Nathan gave her to cover 1 month of expenses while she applied for a new position, one where she was treated like a human being. Within 6 weeks, she had a better job, better pay, and a boss who actually thanked her at the end of the week. And Richard Hale, 3 months later, 2 former employees filed formal complaints against him. An investigation followed. His company lost 2 major contracts. The man who burned a girl's paycheck to feel powerful ended up losing far more than he ever expected. Some things have a way of coming back around. Here is what I want you to take from Madison's story. Dignity is not something anyone can burn away. They can try. But the moment someone stands up, whether that's a stranger in a parking lot or the quiet voice inside your own chest, everything changes. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You just need to refuse to disappear. So I'll ask you this. If you had been standing in that parking lot, what would you have done? Would you have spoken up, or would you have stayed silent? Tell me honestly in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story meant something to you today, please subscribe to this channel. There are so many more stories just like Madison's waiting for you here. Stories about real strength, real dignity, and real moments that remind us what it means to be human. I'm Faith, and I'll see you in the next